Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to what's making news today, let's take a peek outside our weather window on this Wednesday. Boy, just one more day of September, and it wasn't a bad one today. We did see some high and a few mid-level clouds out there, but here's a beautiful shot from this afternoon looking down at the Wenatchee Valley from our cross camera up on Wenatchee Heights. And as we make our way into Thursday, expect maybe some showers. Our chance for rain has been steadily declining throughout the week, but we still do have a chance here in north central Washington for some showers. I think most of the shower activity will remain in the mountains, as well as most of the wind will stay away from at least the Wenatchee area. I think the Columbia Basin and Waterville Plateau, you could see some winds up to 20 miles an hour tomorrow, and then beautiful for the weekend. We'll have all your weather details coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. A Wenatchee man was sentenced yesterday to almost 6 years in prison for an attempted assault fueled by sexual jealousy. East Wenatchee police shut down a mini mall for more than an hour late Tuesday afternoon after a suspicious white powder was found in a package at a mailing business. And the death of an inmate earlier this month in the Chelan County Regional Justice Center is being investigated by the North Central Washington Special Investigation Unit. But first, our top story tonight. Douglas County's elected treasurer apologized yesterday to the Board of County Commissioners 4 weeks after they suspended her from office for late tax payments that cost the county $93,000 in IRS late fees. Natalie Marks said the losses are her responsibility. State law allows the commissioners to suspend a treasurer from office by filing a court injunction if there's evidence of failure to perform their duties. The county is now undergoing an audit, and at their hearing, commissioners ordered Marks to take out a $250,000 surety bond to cover any as yet unknown costs.
The majority of the issues in the lawsuit were my fault, or like I said, I apologize for allowing that to happen. I'm very disappointed in myself because I've always taken my job extremely seriously, and I value the services we provide, and the taxpayers' dollars are extremely important and invaluable to serving the community. And too often we see corruption in government, and that's not, I don't believe that is what happened here. Unfortunately, my personal and work lives got a little out of balance this past year, and I'm not making excuses because everybody's affected with me. But I just wasn't performing to my best self.
Thank you for that, and I know that is heartfelt. And I would say that on behalf of the board, the reason that we are pursuing this as we are is for the same, out of the same concern for our taxpayers, and for the county as a whole.
I think I speak unanimously for the board here that we don't feel that there was ill intentions toward the county. This was intentional in any way. Life got in the way, some things happened.
The costs of the new surety bond will be covered by Douglas County, not by Marks herself. Former county treasurer Nona Haberman is currently managing that office during Marks' suspension. In other news, a Wenatchee man was sentenced yesterday to almost 6 years in prison for an attempted assault fueled by sexual jealousy. 37-year-old Jess Jerome Cunning pleaded guilty last month in a November 2019 incident in which he waited outside the home of a Wenatchee woman in the dead of night and attacked a male victim with a baseball bat when he left the house. Cunning fled and was later arrested at his home. The victim suffered a head injury and multiple cuts and bruises. Cunning also did an estimated $15,000 worth of damage to the victim's car. Prosecutors allowed Cunning to plead to attempted assault instead of the original count of first-degree assault, which could have earned him up to 10 years. In addition to his prison time, Cunning must pay restitution for damage to the victim's vehicle. East Wenatchee police shut down a mini mall for more than an hour late Tuesday afternoon after a suspicious white powder was found in a package at a mailing business. Police responded to Mail It Your Way at 595 Grant Road at about 4:40 p.m. and then called the Washington State Patrol to inspect the package. Trooper John Bryant said this morning a Washington State Patrol sergeant secured the unknown substance for analysis, but they haven't yet determined what it is. Well, the death of an inmate earlier this month in the Chelan County Regional Justice Center is being investigated by the North Central Washington Special Investigation Unit. The Wenatchee Police Department said in a press release Tuesday that 38-year-old Joseph A. Verville of East Wenatchee died September 7th while being held at the jail on an outstanding warrant. He was first booked into the jail September 5th after being detained by Wenatchee police. Verville was being held in a single holding cell equipped with video surveillance. The unit said his death appears to be medical, but official determination of the cause is pending the results of a toxicology report. Well, coming up next, the executive director of the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center is stepping down to take a job with the Association of Children's Museums. The Grant County Health District is warning people to avoid contact with the water in Moses Lake after a test showed the presence of a possible toxic algae bloom. And the Wenatchee School District is considering whether to offer some of its unused land for a Hispanic-flavored mercado, which is a merchant and festival site, much like a flea market. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Dr. Wayne Latimer's Chiropractic and Integrative Multicare specializes in all level of injury care. If you've been injured in an auto accident, on the job, have a sports injury, or a simple fall, call today for a free consultation. They offer a combined multi-care approach with medical, chiropractic, physical therapy, massage, and acupuncture. For relief from long-standing injuries to basic solutions for the weekend warrior, Latimer's Chiropractic Integrative Multicare is one stop, one location.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Yes, it's me. It's my husband. I think there's something the matter with him.
It was a feeling that I'll never forget, like being able to meet them and know that he survived.
Okay, tell me what's happening. Is he conscious?
No, he's not. He's not.
Okay, take a deep breath for me. I'm getting you help.
Rivercom means to me that I still have my husband here with me. They're the ones that guided me through saving his life.
Make being home fun again. Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa has just what you need to bring fun back into your backyard. We have a wide selection of artesian spas and swim spas, new and used to choose from. We are happy to announce we are now selling Rainbow Kids play structures with 50 models to choose from. To help finish off your entertainment area, we have patio furniture and Komodo Joe grills. At Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa, we have just what you need to bring family fun and entertainment to your backyard. Stop by today.
Welcome back. In another news, the executive director of the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center is stepping down to take a job with the Association of Children's Museums. Kenny Sturgeon has been executive director of the museum since November of 2018. The museum board praised Sturgeon's leadership and said a search for her replacement will begin immediately. Sturgeon came to Wenatchee after working with the Pacific Science Center in Seattle. Museum Director of Development Kristen Lodge said this morning that Sturgeon will be missed.
We just, as a staff and as a board, just absolutely want to share our thanks and our appreciation for her work for the museum. She was just what the museum needed. She helped lead our strategic plan, our 2020 to 2025 strategic plan, which is just a beautiful vision into what the museum will be to the community in the future.
The Grant County Health District is warning people to avoid contact with the water in Moses Lake after a test showed the presence of a possible toxic algae bloom. The Health District said samples taken last week near Connolly Park showed levels of toxins above recommended levels. But the district warned that the toxins could be present anywhere in the lake. Blooms were reportedly seen Tuesday at Cascade Park and the sand dunes. The warning advises against recreational water activities like swimming and water skiing and says all pets and livestock should be kept away from the lake. In other news, the Wenatchee School District is considering whether to offer some of its unused land for a Hispanic-flavored mercado, which is a merchant and festival site, much like a flea market. Chelan County is proposing a $20,000 feasibility study on whether to build the site on 25 acres owned by the schools near Dixie Lane and Saturday Avenue in Malaga. School board members said in their meeting Tuesday that it could be a good use of property that's now lying dormant.
Really, at this point, the commissioners would just like to explore the option of using that property in a shared use capacity, potentially for a short-term or a long-term partnership. And so at this, like Paul said, at this point, it's just, exploring the options and starting to look at some of the logistics to see if that would even work for both parties involved.
This property, the Spring Avenue property, those are not small properties, and there is cost involved in making sure the weeds and the soil and everything is taken care of over time.
If the district has can partake in this process, I would support it as long as we're being financially responsible and letting the county manage. And we look at the contract, there's a contract that's very detailed, taking, into consideration the liability and the cost.
I think it would be a great use for the property since it's just not being used much for anything right now. I think a community focused project like that could be really wonderful. So I look forward to hearing more about this at future meetings.
You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's features story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
Raising a family may have seemed overwhelming to your parents, but they weren't. Coach, teacher, life guide, caregiver. Family takes care of family. And as the circle of life continues, you now are their caregiver. It may seem overwhelming, but we're here to help you find the support services necessary so you can provide quality care to your elders.
Call Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington at 1-800-572-4459.
When it comes to finding a memory care community, you want the very best. You want to know that your loved one is safe and receiving compassionate care in a loving environment. Fieldstone Memory Care is an innovative assisted living community designed for those with Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's disease. You'll find a community specifically designed to enrich residents' lives. The Fieldstone team is here to help you navigate the important decisions you face when a loved one has dementia or Alzheimer's. Welcome home to Fieldstone.
Mary Maids of Wenatchee has been professionally cleaning and sanitizing homes and businesses in North Central Washington since 1998. Mary Maids uses commercial-grade cleaners and viricides. Mary Maids has implemented additional safety and sanitation protocols. They are strictly following CDC guidelines for the safety of their clients and employees. For expert help with cleaning and sanitizing your home or business, call or look up Mary Maids of Wenatchee to schedule your free estimate today.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. One of the tools used by state biologists when surveying the state's fish population is electrofishing. Done at night when many fish move to shallower water to feed, electrofishing directs electricity from a generator into the water to temporarily stun the fish. In tonight's features story, Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife biologist Danny Garrett explained how it works during a recent outing at Newman Lake just outside Spokane.
Big fish are a lot easier to shock, and we net those readily. The little ones kind of
basically get attracted to the current, so they're kind of swimming towards the boat, and we can dip them up as well. Once they get in the tank, it takes them about 1 to 2 minutes to recover, and then they'll right themselves. They'll start off on their sides, and then they'll right themselves, and we pump lots of fresh water in here, and then they're really lively and ready to go back in the lake. And doing electrofishing allows us to kind of go around the shoreline and sample a lot of different species like largemouth bass and all your panfish like bluegill and pumpkin seed and catfish. Then we have a few other gear types we use like gill netting and pike netting, which capture other species a little better. But electrofishing is by far the best gear type for capturing a diversity of species. We did get a few yellow perch that we scooped up. This is a fairly small one. They get pretty nice in this lake, and the anglers catch them up to 8, 10, 12 inches long. One of the more loved species in Washington is the black crappie. That's a big one. And yeah, it's a really nice one, about 9 inches long maybe. It's just beautiful, and they're very tasty to eat. And I think we had a bluegill. There's a bluegill. You can see the stripes on the side and the blue right there on the gill. Now this is like a nice 12, 14-inch bass. Probably 3 to 4 years old. Get into a little nicer size of bass. This fish is probably 16. It's like 2.5 pounds. And then we get even a little bigger than that. We get into like an 18-inch fish. It's probably 3.5. Just a gorgeous fish in really good shape, and they're so strong, and you can see how lively they are. You know, no worse for wear after being shocked. Oh, here's the bullhead. You gotta be careful when handling these guys. They have pectoral fins that can be pretty sharp on the small ones. But I think they're pretty cute. They live along the bottom in the mud, so they look like the mud. But they're really adaptable and versatile. They eat a lot of different stuff, whatever's most available they can eat. And then here's the next generation of largemouth. Now this fish is probably last year's fish, so.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Not a bad one out there today on this second to last day of September. Unofficially 63 degrees this afternoon, and that's still quite a bit below our normal of 71. 43 is where we started. 48 is our normal low. Sunrise 6:58 this morning, and sun will set tonight for us at 6:43. Let's get you right to our surface loop and show you what we can expect over the next few days. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies. We will see a 20% chance of sprinkles begin to move in, and that's all part of this large area of low pressure. And notice the yellow and reds. That's heavy rainfall. Unfortunately, we're not going to see any of that, but we could see some sprinkles, and that will go up to about a 30% chance for rain on Thursday, with high temperatures tomorrow, a little bit warmer into the upper 60s, and that will be our trend as we get into Friday. Sunshine, dry and mild. Highs in the upper 60s once again. Here's our ridge of high pressure. That large low is actually making this a little bit more intensified, the high pressure, so our temperatures will continue to warm. Saturday, partly cloudy and a little bit warmer. It's going to be a beautiful weekend with high temperatures Saturday, mainly into the lower 70s, so that's about where we should be for this time of year. And then Sunday, expect some unseasonably warm weather. We're going to see partly cloudy skies with temperatures in the mid-70s. Still high pressure up and over us, and not allowing that area of low to really move in. But by Monday, things will change a little bit. Even though we will be unseasonably warm, we're going to see temperatures in the 70s. But there is that area of low pressure right here that will move up into Canada. And notice the line of showers late in the day on Tuesday. So we will see increasing clouds then, with high temperatures in the mid-70s, and then this whole area of moisture will move our way past Tuesday, and we expect some cooler and wetter weather by next weekend. 7-day forecast, 50 tonight, 68 tomorrow, slight chance for rain, and then we warm up. Saturday, 71, Sunday, 75, and our warmest day will be Monday with mostly sunny skies and a high temperature then of 78. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
I'm Jared Sessler. Nemo Residio means nobody left behind in Latin. It's heartbreaking to know that in Afghanistan, Americans and our allies were abandoned behind enemy lines. This is a national disgrace like we've never seen before. Today, as your neighbor, and tomorrow in Congress, I will stand firm to ensure this never happens again. Go to jaredsessler.com today to contribute. I'm Jared Sessler, and I approve this message.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Wednesday to you. The amazing Mariners continue to find different ways to win. Last night, it was the bottom of the order coming through and a 4-2 win over the Oakland A's. Manager Scott Service tabbed Tyler Anderson for the start on just 2 days rest. The veteran southpaw was able to go 4 innings, allowing just 1 run on 2 hits and 2 strikeouts. That allowed the offense a chance to get going with Jake Fraley delivering in the 4th.
Line into right field. This will tie it up, if not more. Here comes Kelnick. Torrens, he's getting waved home. Luis Torrens headed home. The tag is not made, and the Mariners have taken the lead. Jake Fraley stands up at third. It's a 2-1 Mariners lead in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Catcher Tom Murphy added to Seattle's lead in the bottom of the 6th.
Murphy splits, diving stop, Harrison, and the pick is not made. Toro is in. Fraley first to third. The Mariners get a 2-run lead now thanks to Tom Murphy. Harrison made a great diving stop on it, but the play wasn't completed.
Well, this is a break for the Mariners. Terrific play by Harrison, and Olsen, one of the best in the business at first base. Normally, I would say he's going to come up with that picket, but he just whips it.
After Tony Kemp drove in a run in the top of the 7th to make it 3-2, Mitch Haniger got the run right back in the bottom half of that inning.
Diekman to tie the game. Haniger, does he get him again? Does he get him again? He does! It's the series of Mitch Haniger!
Exit velo 106, just shy of 400 feet. And for Mitch, his 38th home run, now has 95 RBIs. Third home run of the series.
Tell you what, Mike, we saw it last night too. He just does such a good job. He gets so low with that knee. It just keeps him on that breaking ball down in the zone so well. And he's just able to stroke that ball right out of the ballpark.
Dan Wilson, Mike Blowers, and Aaron Goldsmith on the call on Root Sports last night. The Paul Sewald Drew Steckenrider combination shut down the A's over the final 2 frames to ice the win.
Out to center, Kelnick makes a galloping catch. The Mariners win again, and the Mariners are still in the fight.
Give Scott Service a lot of credit. He makes a change in the rotation, puts Tyler Anderson out there. He pitched very well for 4 innings. Turn it over to the bullpen. This thing worked out great. Just enough offense. And again, congratulations to Mitch Haniger.
Absolutely, that's been the formula all year. Gutsy pitching from the starter, good bullpen work, and then some clutch hitting on offense, and that's what the Mariners did again tonight. They beat the Oakland A's for the 11th straight victory.
A lot of fun to be in Seattle right now. Seattle and Oakland wrap up the 3-game set tonight, 7-10. Logan Gilbert facing Frankie Montas. Well, Seattle's win combined with Toronto's loss puts the Mariners in front of the Blue Jays in the wild card race. Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton each homered in the Yankees' 7-2 win in Toronto. Meanwhile, Baltimore held Boston to 2 runs on 3 hits in a 4-2 win. That puts the Mariners a half game back of the Red Sox for the second wild card spot. New York is now 2 games up on Boston. How about those Mariners? Local prep girls soccer last night. Olivia Harley and Talia Hurst each had 2 goals in the first half, and Piper Davidson added 2 more in the second as Wenatchee defeated Davis 4-0 last night. Sebastian Moraga and Matt Wisen had the call here on the NCWLIFE channel.
2 waiting in the box. Shot across. Harley. Goal, 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 goal. Olivia Harley for the Wenatchee Panthers. 5 minutes 24, and it's night and day, Matt Wisen.
Very good near post run by Olivia there. Good to see her just get right in front of the keeper, right, and didn't need to do much to it. Just redirect it a little bit and send it home. Great job by Wenatchee.
Genesis Cortez getting the brunt of that, taken away by the Wenatchee Panthers into the box that goes right footed shot. Goal, 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 goal! Talia Hurst for the Wenatchee Panthers, 2-0. The score, 7 minutes of play.
Goalkeeper's seeing the ball come in low, coming in high. Now I think she might get deer in headlight syndrome here pretty soon.
Steckman.
Onside.
The referee says so. Into the box we go. 3 waiting. Shot! What a beautiful touch. What a beautiful touch. It looked like Davidson for the 3rd tally of the contest. Number 13, Coble. Coble into the box. Top of the box, Davidson. The shot! No doubter! Davidson with her 2nd tally of the night. 4-0 Wenatchee.
Yeah, good recognition there. That was that middle to the far post side that is open in transition for Davis, and Wenatchee definitely took advantage of that this time, and found the back of the net. So good finish, good run, good pass there all around.
How important was it for the team as a whole to have a good showing today, coming off the loss against the arch rival Eastmont?
I think it was very important. I think we needed a win. And I think we needed to know that we can coach ourselves and we can play simple balls and know how to play the game of soccer.
If anything at all, did anything at all surprise you about your fast start, scoring those 2 goals in a minute and a half?
No. I know we can play fast, and I know we can get quick goals when we want to.
So congrats to the Panthers. Also on the Les Schwab Prep Girls Soccer scoreboard, Eastmont remained unbeaten thanks to a Paige Fisher goal in extra time to give the Wildcats a 2-1 road win at Eisenhower. Moses Lake blanked Sunnyside 7-0. Cashmere shut out Cascade 4-0. It was Chelan getting by Quincy 5-2. Tenasca topped Brewster 6-1. Manson over Bridgeport 1-0. Liberty Bell popped Pateras 4-0. And Okanagan had no trouble beating Lake Roosevelt 9-1. On the Les Schwab Prep Volleyball scoreboard from last night, Eastmont took down Eisenhower in East Wenatchee 3-0. Wenatchee shot out Davis 25-21, 12-9. Sunnyside topped Moses Lake in 4 sets. 27-25, 20-25, 25-19, and 25-10. Ephrata stunned 6th-ranked Ellensburg in 5 sets. Tigers remain the only unbeaten team in the CWAC. Caribou Trail League last night, Cashmere swept Cascade while Chelan took 3 from Quincy. On the B courts last night, Manson swept Lake Roosevelt. Okanagan beat Liberty Bell in 3 sets, and Etiat shut out Moses Lake Christian 3-0. A reminder, we will have volleyball live here on the NCWLIFE channel tomorrow night. Eastmont Wildcats hosting West Valley Rams. I'll be courtside for your call, beginning with our pregame at 6:45 here on the NCWLIFE channel. Then coming up Friday, Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl is where we'll be for Wenatchee and Sunnyside football. Grant Olson and I will have the call with our pregame at 6:30. That's sports news. Speaking of Grant, here he is. Back to you.
Hi, Eric. Thank you very much. And now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. Tomorrow is the last day of September, and we got a whiz-bang 5-star show for you. Normally, I don't promise you a 5-star show on Thursdays. We save those for Fridays, but we're going to give you a 5-star show tomorrow. A 5-star edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, or double your television viewing pleasure back. It's a guarantee. A 5-star show on Thursday the 30th. Or not. We'll find out together. Live and local at 7 a.m. for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley tomorrow. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Dan. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great night.